Hi, my name is Wheelan. I run the Pictureworks Limited, and that's a company that provides audiovisual equipment and services to the events industry. We hire out projectors, screens, cameras. We also sell equipment, and as well as that we provide the crew to run it and all the video production that goes with it. And the kind of shows that we do lots of music work, big festivals, tours, and also one-off events, corporate events, sports work, all kinds of stuff all over the world. And we're kind of a bit of a market leader for that. I was quite bored in school. I found a lot of it very easy and not very relevant, and I wanted to just get out there and prove it really, and all I was doing was doing research and finding out about kit and how to go about things. I'm just really determined to get there on my own terms, and also a lot of it was about, for me, being ready for the millennium, which was a big night for anybody in the events business, which meant that I had to get on with it, pretty quickly. So that was my reason for the rush, really. When I started, my skill was basically simple animation and video production, and not really much else. The whole running a business part of it in itself is a huge thing to learn. There's so much you need to find out about. Simple things like doing invoicing to marketing. When you run a business, you suddenly have to do all of that. The reason I went into business rather than work for someone else was because I knew that no one else would take me on, for one thing. Also, there wasn't really any companies doing what I was doing. And also, I wanted to be able to have the power really to do what I want to do. I wouldn't have been able to take anywhere near the kind of risks I've been able to do if I was working for someone else. Yeah, a lot of people thought I was a bit crazy. The college wanted me to apply for Oxford and do the kind of degree route, but I wasn't even remotely interested in that, really. When I started out, I had to find about £10,000 worth of money to buy equipment, which was enough for about 6 months, and then I needed another 30,000, and it grew and grew and grew. Just added zero, so the amount of money you have to put into it for this kind of business is really staggering, and to be able to get that as well, to do so much business planning and cash flow forecasts, a lot of boring stuff, when what I really want to be doing is getting on with it. One thing that I can't emphasise enough is that this is definitely a much harder option than having a conventional 9-to-5 job. Just in every way, your responsibilities are so much huger. Financial, personal, equipment in my case, crew, everything is absolutely full on all the time. I often have to do 10-12 hour days. You go to bed thinking about it, you wake up thinking of the solution. It's in your head the whole time. It's kind of seems strange to say it, but it's kind of what I live for, really. It's all I do. It's kind of everything. Even though it's quite a big company, I seem to take on almost everything myself, from phoning up and booking courier companies to answering the phone to paying in checks behind the scenes, and then on jobs I'll be just as likely to be dangling off the scaffolding, rigging a screen, as I am to be talking to a client. I'm not at all afraid of getting my hands dirty. The best time of my life was on the Millennium. As I mentioned, that was the initial goal, was to be up and running by then, and we had 6 shows in 5 different countries. And myself, I was doing this show for the Manic Street Preachers in the stadium in Cardiff, which was the biggest show in the world that night, and I was doing the video for 60,000 people. It's a hell of a feeling to be doing that in your capital city, on home turf. It's really amazing. It's like a shiver up your spine. At the moment we've got some really amazing things coming up. We're kind of quoting at the moment for upcoming tours by big acts like U2 and the Rolling Stones, which You know, when I started, I was imagining doing small gigs in Narberth, Aberystwyth and so on. So to end up doing quotes for that kind of thing has taken me by surprise, and when I go to bed I'm kind of often laughing to myself. I find it funny really that this is even happening. It's surreal. If you're thinking about starting a business, the main advice I would give would be to do your homework, and other than that you just got to have the basics really. You're going to have countless problems, but if you've got the determination and the enthusiasm, then I think you can pull it off. I don't think that even failure is something to be afraid of, because you will have learned so much along the way that it's worth giving it a go.